You know what, right now with all the things that NAC has going on right now, we have a flood of people really wanting to get involved with what we're doing. And you know what, I want to make that as easy as possible, because I know this sounds cliche, but it really does take a village. You know, as human beings, we kind of screw up a lot of stuff, but we can also go back and fix a lot of this. So we need the help. Northwest Animal Companions is a 100% volunteer organization. We're very proud of that. Are we going to be a 100% volunteer operation forever and ever? No. Part of all this action that we are calling to right now is about creating jobs as well. But today, we need all the help we can get to make this happen. So here's a bunch of ways that you can help. And there's a lot of little misconceptions. One of the big ones is that I like animals, but you know, I'm allergic to them and I don't want to be around them. I can't really be around them. It's funny because, you know, all the different opportunities you may have. Sometimes you could be someone who doesn't necessarily want to hold a dog all day or pet the cat all day or go and walk him around all day, but you still want to be involved. Believe me, there's plenty of ways. One way you can help is by donating to our cause. You can do that in a couple different ways. You can do that on our website. You can do that by joining up on our Facebook and taking part in our one-time-a-year donation drive that we do on there. NACrescue.org will get you into our Facebook from there. You could foster pets for a week or two at a time. You could transport pets for us from one situation to the next, or to veterinarian hospitals that we partner with. You could come and do tabling events here at the NAC Center as we get this thing going, or out in the community at different events where you can get the message out. That's one of the best things that you could do, as a matter of fact, is just help get everyone to be aware of what NAC is and what we're doing. You could definitely volunteer, though, on an everyday basis, but here's the deal. In order for you to do that, you've got to take a certain couple steps. First step, how can I help button on our website will show you exactly where you got to go, and if you click on the highlighted words, volunteer, you can fill out the volunteer application and then fill out the volunteer waiver. This way, if something were to happen while you're volunteering, we don't lose the organization to a giant lawsuit. And because we have to do what the attorneys tell us to do so we can keep doing this work. Not that we would be happy if you got hurt in the process. Just because all human beings mess everything up doesn't mean I wish ill will on them. The other thing that you could do is help us do donation drives to gather and collect the things that we need. You can do that in a couple ways. Join us on the Saturday walks. We do canvassing on Saturdays. A group of our volunteers will go off into a community and canvass by very quietly and passively, not annoying our neighbors out there, and putting a bright green door hanger on their doorstep, letting them know that we're going to come back at a certain time, or how they can get a hold of us if they want to donate goods to us. We call that the canvassing. As a matter of fact, we've come up with all kinds of clever little names about what we're doing down here at NAC. Eileen and Shannon have decided that if you volunteer for NAC, you're a NACster. Not to be confused, and definitely don't get that guy off of Metallica mad at us. But I'm a NACster. We'd love you to be a NACster too, and it's really not that hard. But hang in there. Don't get frustrated, because as I said at the start of this thing, we are all volunteers, meaning that we do this in any spare time we can possibly have. Not that I know what spare time is, but I know that it's out there, and if you have a little bit of it, please come help me. As you could probably tell by even listening to this, I've gone a little bit nuts from all this extra work that I'm trying to do to get this to happen. So we have the mobile adoptions, we have pickups that we do in our Martian green machine that we call it, the NAC Mobile, and that's kind of cool and fun. Please join me anytime, because as it stands right now, I'm the one driving that. That's my 6th day of work. My 7th day of work is now consumed by doing that as well. And the only downfall to the NAC machine is that it honks its horn on its own in random times, meaning that when we turn corners, it honks. People look at us weird. When we go into neighborhoods, it honks. But I assure you, you can actually hide in the back of the truck and not be seen while that's happening. Please come help with that. It's a good way to get some man points if you want to carry a lot of heavy furniture. And you ladies can get some man points too if you're up for that kind of a thing. Get involved with our newsletter, get on our weekly update, spread the word, come on down. We have a lot of things. I sort of sounded like a car dealership there. Come on down. We've got the dog that's right for you to get adopted. Either way, we're always going to be needing help across the board. If you thought about doing something, for instance, in a veterinary field, you wanted to be a vet tech, and you're doing something else and you really are considering changing fields, wow, that's great. That sounds like about 10 people that I know. I know accountants that stopped doing that to come do vet tech work, and they're doing that full-time now. Well, come down and help out. Donate to our spay and neuter. Donate some of your time to our spay and neuter efforts, where we'll get 40 or 50 cats into the room and do a whole process of spay and neutering them. That's the best way to save a life. So be patient, fill out your volunteer forms, fill out your waiver, and wait for the email to come. It will happen. If for some reason you slip through the cracks, please don't hold it against us. We'll still be here. Do it again. Here's something to think about. What better cause could possibly be out there to have one of these thrift stores exist? You know, I was with a big giant for-profit thrift store. I covered many stores. You know, they made over $800 and some odd million a year in profit. Took it right out of our good city here and took it into another one and paid all those big executives. Well, our money goes directly to our programs, paying for the medical stuff and everything else. So one great way you could help us is by coming down and volunteering some of your time right here at the Restyle store, down at the NAC Center. And what we have is many different categories. We have women's department, kids department, men's department, books, furniture, shoes, housewares. And then the only way this actually will be successful is A, people bring in their items to donate to us, and B, people can help us get it sorted and put it out on the floor. And I do not want to pretend for 1 minute or try to convince you that's going to be easy work. It takes a mountain of people on behind the walls in one of these stores. But we have people working around the clock, and if we had a couple more, it'd be that much easier. We can get in, get out, nobody gets hurt. So if you feel like you would want to sort some clothes and hang them up, or price some furniture, or price some clothes, put it out on the floor. Maybe you know how to categorize books really well. Categorizing books is a great opportunity for you to be able to come in here and actually find that kind of peaceful. Cliff is down here volunteering today as we're sitting here talking. And I'll tell you what, he's been pallet jacking thousands and thousands of pounds of stuff on these pallets and moving them around and on forklifts. And you know, right now he's wondering why I'm over here sitting here talking on camera. He's slowly going to pass by us right now. Hey, Cliff. How are you? He'd be doing a lot better if I was helping him. So I'm going to go do that. But here's another idea. You come join us, and then maybe we can get this done and be much more successful at it and make a difference for the animals today.